Hey, Treasure Finder family, welcome back to our Treasure Finder space. So happy that you guys decided to join us today. If this is your first time, welcome. This is your Treasure Finder, where we work with you to help you find your best ideal position using resume resources, job search strategies, and all kind of cool things like that. So anyway, let's get started. Yesterday, if you don't know what I'm talking about, I would encourage you to go to the video that I did yesterday that kind of talked about a series we're going to be doing, talking about very important, cool job search strategies that will help you have a good, successful job transition. All right, so today is day one. Day one. Now, before we jump into it, just a little pop quiz for you guys. If you guys remember, what was the word for the day yesterday? What's that word? Let me hear it. Oh, good job. A little bit louder now. There we go. You're absolutely right. The word is clarity. Clarity. So that will be the theme that we'll be working through as we go through this whole process. So, to have a successful job search, number one thing you got to do, you have to decide on what's important to you, right? There's a statistic out there that roughly about 65% of Americans are satisfied with their jobs. What that means is 35% are dissatisfied, not satisfied, not not feeling fulfilled, not feeling a sense of purpose, basically just kind of going to work, showing up every day in, day out, clocking in, and collecting a paycheck, right? No one wants to live life like that. As we've all experienced in the last couple years or so, we've all had chances to kind of really slow down, right? We've been forced to slow down. What that means is we had time to kind of step back, step off the rat race a little bit, just kind of think and reflect and think about what's important to me. What do I really want to be doing? What do I want my life to look like maybe 5, 10 years from now, right? And if you did that and that feeling kind of stirred up on the inside of you, it's like, I got a cool job, I'm making good money, the benefits are cool, but it's not really doing it for me anymore. I don't really feel like I'm really contributing to anything. I don't feel a real sense of purpose. If that's you, then you are part of that 35% that's not satisfied with your job. Now, that doesn't mean anything is wrong with you. It happens to all of us. It just means that you've come to this place where you've come to this season where it's time to make a change, right? Before you jump out there and make that change, though, you got to take some necessary steps so that change that you do make is a successful transition. And again, step number one, decide on what's important to you. You have to have a success criteria or a search criteria. Think about it. What would success look like? What would that next ideal position look like when you were to make that transition? What's important to you? What would make you feel like, yes, I'm really contributing. Yes, this is fulfilling. Yes, this is giving me a sense of purpose. I was working with one of my clients recently. She has been in education for about 15 years now, right? So well into her career. She's been in the classroom for the majority of that time, and she reached a place where she felt like, you know what? I've enjoyed being in the classroom. I've enjoyed working with kids, but it's not doing it for me anymore. and I want to make a change. I feel like I need to go in different directions, another direction in my career. Now, she still wanted to stay in education. She just felt like she wanted to get out of the classroom. So we were able to sit down and work through that success criteria, figure out, okay, what is it that's important to you? What will success look like in that next ideal position? And we were able to work through a list of like 5 to 7 things that, like, if these things were there, that would be success for me. So what happened then is, as she started looking out and looking at different areas in the education sector, she came up with a list of like 3 different things that she said, I think these 3 things could be some good options for me. But then as she started exploring more, and one of them she particularly looked into, and she was like, that doesn't really match the things on my search criteria. If I jump in that direction, it looks good as far as pay, but these other things that are really important to me on my search criteria, they don't match up. So she didn't pursue that anymore. Now, if she didn't really take the time up front to really sit down, do that real good thinking work, and establish that good search criteria, she would have wasted a lot of time and possibly jumped into something that she would not have enjoyed. So that's step number 1, folks. Before you have a good, successful transition, take the time to decide on what's important to you. Now, there are good resources, good tools out there, and I'll discuss some of that later on, that you can use that will help facilitate that process for you. But for right now, that's it. Thanks for checking in. I'll come back tomorrow with the second thing that you need to have in your mind in order to have a successful job transition. God bless you, you treasure finders.